Your definition of failure is why you're not as successful as you want to be. Your definition of failure is why you're scared to make moves that deep down you really want to do and know would benefit you. So how do you define failure? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Say it out loud. Seriously. I'll wait for you. If you're like most, you most likely associate failure as the opposite of success. I asked the modern day God, ChatGPT, to define failure. Not succeeding is basically what it spit out to me. If that is your definition of failure, then I'm sorry to tell you that that definition is not actually serving you or whatever goal you're pushing for. In this bomb drop, I'm gonna help you reframe failure so you use it as a launch pad and not as a roadblock. And this could apply to anything: business, fitness, relationships, you name it, we're eating. And this frame has personally helped me create an innovation from scratch that's doing millions in revenue per year, drop 65 pounds, and completely transform my physical and mental existence. All right, let me give you my definition of failure. I define failure as when you stop chasing that dream or goal and it becomes a label you identify with as your experience. It's not even that you've missed the mark. It's when you've made the conscious decision to step out of the race. What you probably call failure, trying something and not getting the ideal result you want, I call those LOPs, learning opportunities. And you don't need me to tell you LOPs are inevitable, especially if you're chasing down extraordinary events in your life. Seriously, if you don't have LOPs, you're probably not shooting high enough. That's another topic for another day. Anyway, LOPs are the stepping stones to success. And let me run that back for you because that is crucial. LOPs are the stepping stones to achievement. And there's two reasons for that. The first is that there is no better teacher than taking a perceived L firsthand. When you try something and it flops, all you've done is eliminate one strategy, tactic, or frame that doesn't work. That's it. Now you're freed up to run others, one of which may be exactly what you need to hit. Naturally, though, we had to bring in one of the GOATs to bring some credence to what I'm saying right here, and my guy T.E. That's Thomas Edison, for those you don't know. Here we've got Mr. Innovation himself, responsible for the telegram, movie camera, the list goes on. He has this famous line: "I've not failed, I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Whew. Say less. That's exactly the frame I'm talking about.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And ultimately, your frames create your reality. And that's because these L's that we're talking about, they're just data points, not losses. And they sure as hell don't define you. And there's probably no teacher that can deliver a more personal lesson than catching an LOP in your own life. And this isn't a school lesson. Like, this didn't come from a curriculum. You know what I'm saying? These lessons that you're going to go through are going to stick because you got skin in the game. You feel these. And oh, I've had many and continue to have many. And I would say one of my biggest LOPs that grew me as an individual, as a man, and as an entrepreneur was the physical development of Brushy from a manufacturing perspective. I had this concept back in 2014. Only until the fall of 2021 that we officially hit the market with a scalable product. We went through numerous manufacturers during that time trying to hit it right from a price point perspective, QC perspective, you name it. And during that time, the insights, experiences, and mental frames that I acquired throughout that process allow me to confidently make this video and let you know your thoughts about your current frame that you take away from any situation that presents itself in your life will craft you as a person. If you shift your thought and your frame around what failure is to learning opportunity. In big trust, throughout that period, I had all kinds of frames thrown at me about how I should be looking at it, what I should be doing, what I should have done, what it was supposed to be. And I'm hearing this from those close to me and those not close to me, all kinds of angles. But luckily, Mama raised a very persistent brother right here, and we don't lose. Anyone on this channel is on the same wave. All we know is conquer. And if you're not there yet, that's love. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build to it. Trust and believe that. That's why this channel exists. See, all the lessons I learned in that period paved the path for my success. Step by step, frame by frame, LOP by LOP. And look, you don't have to take my word from it. I'm a guy on YouTube you've never met, but I'll drop another one in here from one of the greatest athletes on this planet currently right now, in my opinion.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide a house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me.
And just like my boy Giannis, all we're doing here is dropping gems. And you can get all mine by hitting that subscribe button right there. No cost whatsoever. I'm not selling anything. I'm asking you to try something that may have an impact on your life and create a framework that you may not have even thought was imaginable. At the end of the day, you could try it or you can't. But if you do try it, really get into yourself and shift to the current frame. It'll be uncomfortable for you. If this is not something that is a part of your current framework, you'll definitely feel a slight bit of hesitation. And that's how you know you're up against the juice and you got something right here. You have something that's going to push you to level up as an individual. But don't get it twisted now. I'm not done. As I mentioned earlier, there's one more benefit to LOPs, and this one rarely ever gets talked about enough. And that's that these setbacks can create resilience. And resilience is mission critical when pursuing anything extraordinary. See, think of building resistance like building muscle. Just like you need reps in the gym to force the muscle to grow, resilience works in a similar way. The more LOPs you overcome, the stronger you become mentally and physically. Go through some ish over a long enough time frame and watch how quickly you bounce back from setbacks.
Last night took an L, but tonight I bounce back.
Easy money. And as a byproduct of that, watch what it does for your confidence in yourself and what you believe and what you can achieve. All you need is one situation where you really stepped outside of yourself, your old self, and said, yeah, I'm not having it anymore. And coming out of that, you flip the script and you start to recognize, oh, I am her. Or for my fellas out there, I'm that guy. And so let me give you a practical example. One of my expertise is e-commerce. So let's say the team and I, we run a banger of an ad. Let's say we run one that drives in hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit, and it might have taken 50 optimizations to get to that result. 50 iterations where we tweak copy, we tweak creative, we tweak targeting until it finally becomes a banger. That's 50 LOPs right there. That might be a smaller example than the extraordinary events many of us are looking to achieve and are achieving in our lives, but the concept remains the same. That extraordinary event was built out of a frame change with regards to what failure is. And for those who haven't watched this video, that might have been 50 perceived failures that could make someone quit before a breakthrough even happened. Here's how I see it. Every LOP, every iteration, every annoyance, every lesson learned is an opportunity so long as you have the right frame to see it that way or any other way that will serve you and not have you serve it. It's money. And I hope this brought you some value. I know it did for me. I appreciate y'all. Much love.